Hey everybody, what's going on? Brett here. We're back with our Battle Brothers Beast and Exploration DLC Let's Play. Picking up where we left off last time, it's day 224. It's in the morning. And we've kind of discovered this like strange chain of islands. Yeah, so I was going to take on this forgotten fort. And that's how we're going to start today's episode. And then we're going to hopefully explore. We have enough tools, we have enough ammunition, medical supplies, food, and barely enough crowns to explore for a couple more days, hopefully, before we need to run back to Suitfest and kind of resupply, restock, sell off things. We have a bit of a shortage as far as our capacity goes, but if we had to, we could drop a few minor things. However, yeah, I'd rather not. I'm here to make money. Here to make money and explore. Let's make sure. Yeah, see, like even something like this, you know, that's one more spot, one more expensive thing we can carry, potentially hundreds of more gold. So let's min-max where we can. Okay. Let's get started. Let's get fighting. We don't know what's in here. I would assume undead or raiders or something like that. And it is raiders, and they've got some ranged with them. But, I mean, we are kind of the ranged kings here. In one of the previous episodes, we picked up this ridiculous bow, which we can take a look at here. The Battle Forged Dart, 65 to 90 is the DPS on this thing. It's kind of unbelievable. Raymond may not be the best person to hold it, but for the moment, I think that it's okay. And we just have such low chances to hit. We kind of just want to shoot at whoever we can. And one of the recent changes, they basically just went ahead and made warbows weaker versus armor. So we're not going to try and shoot at super heavily armored guys with our warbows. I think they just kind of wanted to differentiate even further the purpose of warbows over crossbows. And I'm guessing this is the leader, yes. Gunther the Grinning. And he has a warhammer, which is a pretty valuable piece of armor. Or weapon, rather. It's a valuable weapon, and we have one ourselves. Did they expose their marksmen? They did. So we're going to take shots at marksmen whenever we can, and we'll hope to hit them. Okay. And this guy with the war brand here is pretty dangerous, so we'll prioritize him. Nice to pierce his leg muscles. And we'll move up one that doesn't quite give us our lone wolf. Would be great to fight them on high ground, but not necessary. And yeah, he's giving his buddy some cover. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take these shots on this warbrand and see if we couldn't take him down. Alright. We'll hold position. No reason to get ahead of ourselves. 21 on the guy with no shield. Good hit. I'm going to move down just to make sure I get my lone wolf status. 23 versus 23. Alright. We are doing just fine. We're going to split them, and we're going to Indomitable as well. I think they're going to be able to go before us. But if we're able to split off a few guys here, a few guys there, meanwhile our archers are picking off their archers, this battle is going to be quite easy for us. We've taken fights like this so many times now. Our confidence level's pretty high. Ooh, go for the pick. We didn't quite get it. That's okay. We just need one more hit, and he's well in range. Alright, lands a little hit with his short sword. And Gunther is now in range. He's got throwing axes. Maybe looking to do a little throwing action on us. Yeah, more throwing axes. But they've come to the wrong neighborhood. Sir Steinhardt's a pretty powerful duelist, and he should be able to do some work for us. Nice. Pierce cheek. These dang great axes are so hard to use. This is a great weapon to be on a lone wolf type brother. Because often they'll find themselves surrounded, and this is one of the few weapons in the game that I can think of that hits in a complete 360. And you're actually at a bit of a disadvantage if you can't use that ability. which is why I go ahead and say all that. 47 versus, yeah, we'll take the 50. Okay, and here we'll go for this guy. If we hit him, we're lucky. Those honestly weren't great percentages. Nice, one more. Ah, okay, and we can't throw javelins here, but we can pull out this mace, which should be pretty dang good at hitting those guys. Wow. And that allows us to jump in and just completely tie down these two. And we can go ahead and use Indomitable again. I like to use Indomitable here because this guy's using a Scramex, I believe, which is a very, it bypasses a lot of armor. So the last thing we want to have happen is for him to take some HP damage. Oh, and Steezy misses. Come on, Steezy. That would have been a pretty easy kill for him to get. We may even have been able to step back. Ooh, and because of the Undead Crisis, a zombie reemerges, but behind the enemy lines with a very dangerous weapon. And the leader here is applying Overwhelm with his axe tosses. But yeah, that should be an easy kill for us. Okay. And we're going to step up in the center of these guys. And I like that hit there. Yeah, and they're going to have to take turns focusing this zombie because he's way more of a threat to them than he is to us. We'll put a shot on this raider. He is kind of danger close to our back line. Alright, nice hit. Perfect. And we didn't really need to step up in here. If we get that kill. This guy's had shield wall up pretty much the entire time. See if we can hit this guy with Varandox. No go. We're out of ammo. Pull out the Warhammer, the ye old Warhammer, and get into melee. Give this guy another target, and we should be able to kill him and perhaps hurt this guy. Yeah, we used Indomitable enough that we didn't quite get the reset we needed to take another action, but that's okay. So we now have Killing Frenzy on Edgel. This guy's a bit outmatched. Anything we can shoot at? We can shoot at this guy. Okay. Trying to give Steezy the easy kills here. There we go. Wouldn't have been surprised to see that guy route there. Our only real danger is that this brigand here is on the high ground with a flail, and he could easily hit Raymond on the head. Yeah, and he does. And he takes out a portion of his helmet, but that's not the worst thing that could happen. We'll switch out to our axe, see what we can do. Not surprised we didn't hit him. He's shield walled, he's on the high ground, and he's adjacent to us, which makes him a very difficult target for Raymond to hit. And a great kill there from Ragnar. And now he's got a beautiful line of sight on this guy. And yeah, I figured that was going to be an easy kill. We can get Hondo up here. His armor's not particularly, amazing. We don't need to be worried about trying to conserve that. The most valuable thing this guy's rocking is definitely his weapon. And the odds of us getting that are pretty likely. So, we're not going to stress. Just sometimes these leaders end up having footwork as an ability, which lets them kind of dance away from you. So we'll see if he can do that. We will run them down. No reason to let this guy escape. Ooh, I was thinking some undead were coming, but I guess not. And we can switch back to the bow. Take a shot. Ooh, that didn't kill him. Interesting. Dude is very near death. Just getting this around, it's going to make it much more likely that we do kill him whenever we get a chance. Okay, here we go. Alright. Not a hard fight. Took just a little bit of damage. 15 tools is great. These crowns and supplies are very welcome. It's going to allow us to stay out longer on our journey. And yeah, that's the Scramix I was talking about. We got the hammer. It's very damaged. We're going to repair that, even if all we do is sell it. Ooh, even 40, you know, we got a lot of supplies from this fight. I'm pretty happy about it. But we're probably near capacity. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and preemptively dump off at least the 2 knives. I mean, that's serious junk. Even this Pharaoh shield probably sells for just about nothing. And I think also these... Everything else should be pretty much worth at least trying to hold on to. If we have to start dumping even more stuff, we'll dump the bows and call that good. It's obviously it's a little bit early to dump things, but we're talking about like 50 or so crowns worth of stuff that we're almost certainly going to have to dump later anyway. So let's repair anything valuable while we're here doing this. All the orc weapons generally are pretty worth repairing. The hammer and flail, of course. And I think that's good. I see some more things we can dump. Alright, we didn't get any levels from that, but now we can explore even more of this ridiculous island chain. I kind of just want to go like deeper in. But we do need to be mindful of our different supplies. So we can't cross here. This looks like the only way to cross. We have to go through a mountain to do that. Okay, there's another place here. Doesn't look, you know, particularly interesting. But we do want to take one more fight before we return back. What is this? So, many Necrosavants. Once again, the Withered Duke's Coven. Man, we fought so many Necrosavants recently. I may end up taking that fight during the daytime. We're not scared of ancient auxiliaries. But fighting Necrosavants is risky, and it's not generally worth the reward. So it looks like some of them left. Interesting. So this fight may be easier, and we may still end up getting some great loot from it. So let's take it. That should be a golden opportunity. Obviously, we're not that set up to fight the ancient undead with all of our, you know, our archery and such, being pretty ineffective against them generally. But the Necrosavants still does quite a number against them. So, and as usual, we expect them to appear once the front lines are engaged. And we'll keep our ranged weapons out. We're going to pull back with our lone wolves because they're going to help us to cover our back line once they start to show up. It would be much better to send them out against the auxiliaries and, you know, have them do damage that way. If this was a pure ancient dead fight with no Necrosavants, we would definitely be sending out our lone wolves, but we really want to cover our back line here. And that's what we're going to do. We have to rely on these 5 guys to be able to defend themselves. We're just going to go ahead and switch to the Warhammer. We're not going to waste our fatigue, I don't think, throwing. It was probably a mistake to throw with Sir Chris. There we go. His armor's down. That's good. His armor's down. Took out some of his helmet. I mean, it's not doing nothing, but it's certainly not doing a lot. Alright. That looks like 5 Necrosavants. We're actually pretty fortunate that some of these don't even have shields. They won't be able to lock us into, you know, a crummy shield wall. And our guys are a lot of bashers. They should be able to take out these skeletons relatively easy. And no doubt the Necrosavants are going to deem this a good time to start teleporting in. But by the time they start to do that, we're probably going to already have killed a lot of these dudes. Yeah, like that. So to them, it looks like they have some good targets. But not really. Let's pull out that banner. Okay. We'll wait here. We'll wait here as well. I have a strong feeling that they are going to teleport behind us any second. Nice. We'll wait. Yeah, they're so brittle. Especially if you can take down their armor before they engage. So he's about 60% HP. This one's full health right now. It's pretty annoying because he's closed in on Raymond, so we can't use his bow. This guy's come to the wrong neighborhood at about 40% HP. If he's going to try and take on Ivar, he's going to have a hard time. And this guy wants to take on Lance at full HP. So 2 of them on Lance. It's actually great for us. Yeah, 2 more down. Let's pull out that axe and see what we can do. We have some 44s. I think that's what we're going to take. Yeah, well, that's fine. We'll Indomitable with Lance. We can't miss those types of shots. Or those either. We're trying to trigger their 9 lives so that when we do hit them, it does kill them. Unfortunately, we can't step up and hit, so we'll see where they go. They don't want to hit Lance. Lance has Indomitable. He's not a squishy target. Nice. Get a little bit of armor damage on Ragnar. A little bit of armor damage on Giro. Let's see what we can do. 35%. Might have been worth dropping dogs there. We'll let them jump in on Sir Steinhardt. With that noble sword, he's very good at cleaving through these ancient auxiliaries. Gonna let our front line do what it's supposed to do. Good damage there. Okay, now it's time for him to get out his billhook and see what we can hit. We want to hit, once again, the guys who are farthest away, but he's actually got a 52% chance here. Let's take that. We didn't quite get it. Alright, Ivar, make the kill. Dang. Okay, 9 lives triggered, so all we need is for Hondo to hit this guy. And he does. Okay, good kill. And I think we step up here just to get a better surround so that Steezy has a better chance of hitting. Dang. So we're missing a lot of shots I thought I would have hit. That's okay. It's just a little rough that some of their scarier guys are the ones that are left. That's really all they have left at this point. All their supporting elements we've crushed. Alright, let's see what they do. Ooh, those were brutal shots to Giro. Probably going to take another one, yes, and he's bleeding pretty badly. More bleeding here on Ragnar. 44 versus 32. We'll go with the better shot. And we will drop a dog. Probably should have dropped dogs earlier. I just really didn't want to lose them, and it looked like this fight was going to go pretty heavily our way. But Giro's certainly in trouble. If he can't land his shots, things aren't looking good for him. 49, 32. Okay, that's 9 lives triggered for him. We're going to drop a dog. We wanted the dog to go there. Damn. Yeah, that's pretty bad, actually. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot. We could have had a double swing. Instead, we can't do anything. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, that's pretty awful. We had a chance to kill one of them and potentially put the other one at 9 lives, and instead, we kind of messed ourselves up. There's nothing we can do with him. If they hit him again, he's going to die for sure. The dogs will have... Oh, they don't even have initiative. Okay, they're going to target the dog. We want this guy to leave. Yes. Yeah, they hate dogs. It's kind of crazy. Dogs are just ultimate necrosavant bait. And if he had hit him one more time, that would have been sweet. Okay. Alright. Should be 9 lives. Yes, go on Hondo, please. Nope. Damn. You know what, I think if we switch to our warbow, we have a shot. Nice. This guy hasn't hit a shot yet. Feels pretty bad, but one more down. Very close. Come on, Hondo. Let's nail him. Yeah, we needed that to work. I think what we have to do is try and surround Giro, or else there's a very good chance we're just going to lose him. Who else was very injured? Was it Ragnar? Yeah, I mean, we don't want to lose Ragnar either, obviously. Probably should have dropped Steezy's dog. He's going to go for Ragnar, who is injured. And every time they miss... Ooh, that's gross. You saw there, he was able to heal himself. And the dog takes him out. Good job. Steinhardt with that noble sword has a pretty decent chance to hit. And we trigger 9 lives there. We just need one more shot. And there we go. So we didn't lose anybody, thank goodness. And we picked up another unique shield. Guys, are we going to lose this one too? I don't even want to think about it. A long wooden shield covering the whole body for good protection against ranged attacks. This particular shield shows some unique craftsmanship and is a rare find. Let's see. It's hard for me to tell right off the bat, you know, how good it may or may not be. We'll drop those things. We'll pick this up for sure. The weapons will no doubt be valuable. The knives we don't need. The helmets are probably better. We probably don't want to be eating any rotten meat. Don't need that. We'll take a look at that shield in just a second, guys. But I think it's probably time to head back to the mainland, to Sudfest, to see what we have. So let's take a look at that shield. Ooh, Varendok's leveled up as well. Okay, great. So, who do we want to have that awesome shield? Man, I want to give it to Steezy, but he had such bad luck last time. So if we look at this versus a regular kite shield, we'll just kind of put them next to each other. So 48 durability versus 65, so it's way more durable. Its stats are exactly the same. That's kind of lame. So 65, it's just a very, very durable kite shield. Like I don't hate it. Obviously, it's a great thing. But there are definitely better uniques we could have gotten. But that's alright. We're going to put that on somebody. And I think we're probably going to put it on Burnfried. We don't have him in the fight right now because we're training up. But he's definitely our go-to shield bro in this crew. And now we need to go to Sir Varandox. Okay, let's look at his perks. Let's check out his rolls. A 4 in Resolve I think is necessary, as well as Fatigue. Those are all great. And if we're not going to take a 3 in melee defense or anything in his other, more offensive focused, then we could probably take 4 in hit points and have him become a little bit tankier. I don't hate that, because it's going to translate to more than 4. It's going to be 5, thanks to Colossus. And that's not bad. So we need to figure out what we want him to do here. He has Throwing Mastery. He already has Quick Hands, that's good. And I like the idea of him having, like, Headhunter, Killing Frenzy. I kind of like Fast Adaptation on him. Maybe we'll go for something like Fast Adaptation with, like, Recover. But when he throws his javelins, when he misses, he'll get a better chance to hit with the next one. So I like that a lot. Kind of a different thing. And he is Varandox the Different. So that's what we're going for. And because we have these injuries, we want to roll out of here. We don't want to take any more fights. And yeah, there must be a way to cross here. More places to fight. So I think we're going to come back and explore these islands some more. Would love to get some kind of a quest from Sudfest. Kind of just not feeling the whole fighting undead over and over and over thing. And I'm hoping we don't get there at nighttime. But it looks like we will. So we'll just rest if that happens. Yeah. Okay. That'll give us a chance to fix our stuff, to heal up. Dawn comes, and we're going to visit the inn and get ourselves some slightly better morale. And yeah, I see that there's a contract here. An enormous beast roams those lands. Ugh. Okay. They want us to fight Lindworms. They want us to fight perhaps Unhold. I would imagine it's going to be Lindworms. For Scrats and Lindworms, yeah. I'm not that scared of Lindworms, and we have a ton of axes to help deal with Scrats, but these are the type of fights that kill brothers. We'll say we need some time to think about it. We're really here to restock. Hope that the prices here are good to sell, and they look like they might be. Let's see. 18, that's not bad. That's easy sellable territory. Let's go ahead and get rid of a lot of this stuff. Everything we get rid of is one more space open for more potential good stuff. Oh, we should have repaired that. I think we'll sell the Warhammer. Oh no, I didn't mean to sell one of those. Oh, that's okay. We'll get more. That was a bit of an accident. We're saving these for Scrat fights. But you'll see here, even without quests, guys, we're making crowns, and we can just sell off these tradable supplies. Sell off 2 more of those shimmering ashes. We don't need to hold on to a ton of those. We have no use for them right now. And I would have loved to have repaired those to get more value, but that should be fine. So I mean, look at where we're at. We're doing good. What's our food stores looking like? 5 days. See if this puts us to 6. No. There we go. I want to make it to 7. Can we get to 8? Not quite. 8 days. Alright. These are actually pretty great prices on everything. So we're just going to buy everything. There's no reason not to. Is there anything else here? Oh yeah, an armorer. We should definitely check the armorer whenever we visit and resupply. And yeah, their prices are fair. 1,500 for a male hauberk. It's something I've referenced pretty much for this entire playthrough, and it still kind of holds true. That's the middle of the road prices, and just about 10k for coat of plates as well. So we know the prices here are pretty much fair. So we're not going to buy anything. There are hunters here, which would be pretty good brothers if that's, you know, what we were looking for. An adventurous noble for pretty cheap. Sir Eswig. Interesting. And a hedge knight here, and a very expensive hedge knight. Probably because he's rocking that great sword. I would probably, if I didn't have 19 brothers already, I would probably pick up Sir Eswig. But certainly not necessary. And as we learned last time, we definitely want to check the Fletcher, because there ended up being legendary bow there for us. So I'm going to be kicking myself if we come down here and we end up taking like a Lindworm fight. But I don't know if that's really realistic, if that's what's going to happen. I kind of want to see what's over here. It appears that there's only one way in, and it's going to be to cross those mountains. So I took a lot of extra supplies to make sure that we can make it there. Guys, take a second to read this. I'm pretty sure I've read this already. Long story short, we lost some wine. So that sucks, because that puts us down to 7 days worth of supplies. And we're going to need all the supplies we can get to cross this little mountain range. We don't know what's on the other side of it. And I would love to be at a point where I felt confident to take on enemies like Scrat without losing a brother. Like right now, I'm like Unhold. Those guys are pretty easy, right? But Scrat, they're still such a high damage dealing unit. They pierce so much armor. There are things you can give. Wow, we went around the mountain. Okay. There are, you know, enhancements you can give to armor that reduce the amount of armor piercing damage that's dealt. But we don't really have any of that. We're going to check out this little island here. We're exploring. Okay. Like, how weird is this? I don't think I've ever seen landmass quite like this in any of my playthroughs. And yeah, we're landlocked here. So we came all the way out here kind of for nothing. But we are learning a bit about our surroundings. And we're going to try and get to this little island here next. I want to say with the Beast and Exploration DLC, the maps got 25% bigger, if not 50% bigger. And that certainly seems about right. The old maps seemed like they would have been about this big. And you know, and you had your areas of exploration. You know, you could end up like auto-genning your maps over and over again until you got one that was completely landlocked, which made for really easy, you know, adventuring. You didn't have to worry about trying to go through islands like this. But it was a little less unique. This seems to be a pretty unique map. And cool. These are close enough. We don't need any sort of like visual representation that we can make it here. Whoa, what's out here? Mini Orc Berserkers. This could be a fun fight, but perhaps a dangerous one. Our guys are back in full health. Our armor should be well repaired. Yes. And we're going to take this fight. I love fighting orcs, as I've said many times, and I really like fighting berserkers. They remind me so much of like the Battle of Helm's Deep when these dudes charge into the culvert to blow it up. It's kind of what I can't help thinking about it. They're even like painted white, just like those guys. So 9 of them. Oh. 73, 77. We can't miss shots like that. I mean, that was, you know, that was the difference between a dead berserker And a not dead Berserker. Yeah, that's pretty bad. And we're going to step forward here. We need to distract as many of them as possible. We need to also get this kill. And we didn't. Wow. Okay. We need to take that potion off of him too. Nice. So Varidox comes through with the clutch throw. But hopefully it's enough to make a difference. We'll see how many of these guys peel off. I'm thinking at least one. As long as they don't charge right into us and stun our entire front line, we should be fine. They're going to try and overwhelm this flank. And they weren't able to stun Lance. That's good. We'll try and kill the guy who's right in the front. Well, look how much damage that bow did. That was obscene. God, every one of these misses is very painful. We're going to shoot at him simply because he doesn't have any body armor. We're going to miss. Okay, we lose Lone Wolf, but we tie them down, and we're going to get a double hit on them. Nice. And we're going to Indomitable because these weapons are terrifying. Pull out our mace. And we may be able to stun this guy, or we could just hit him and hurt him really bad. And we did. Let's get in there. Oh, Steezy. There we go, Varidox. And he's out of ammo, but he was able to finish off two guys. And we're going to shield wall. So Steinhardt is very fast. These guys are faster, unfortunately. I was hoping to get a shield wall on him. Ow. Steezy does not have a lot of HP, and he just took most of it in a single shot. And since they were able to close the distance on Raymond, I can't use that bow anymore. Let's go, dogs. Put some damage on these guys. Start turning the tide of battle in our favor. We need to get these dudes off of Steezy. And there's a couple ways we could do that. But unfortunately we're just not really in range. The best way I think we can try and save Steezy right now is by routing. Routing the enemy here. Step up here, we could take a shot. We just hit his armor. Alright, let's go for it. Big hit. We get him. Can we bop this dude on the head? We can, but we didn't stun him. I actually am not so sure, now that I've done it, whether or not you can actually stun a Berserker. But we can certainly push him away. And move back. That's the safest play. Certainly not the most efficient. And this guy can do a big 360 spin. So we're not getting close to him. This takes how many action points to use? So I think we can... No, we can't quite hit. That was a bit of a mistake. Probably no reason not to Indomitable. If this guy goes for him, we'll be glad we did. He's going next, though. Ooh, big hit on Sir Varidox. Ow, that was brutal. Wow, that's probably the lowest I've seen Hondo in a long time. And there goes that huge chain swing. We're super glad he missed that. Let's land those. Perfect. Hopefully we can reload. We can't. It's alright. One more down. Fighting Berserkers is dangerous business, guys. The hope was to rout them quickly, but because we missed so many of our opening salvos, there probably should have been one less berserker by the time they entered melee with us, which of course just changes the math completely. Finish him. And we will of course run them down. The dogs will not be surprised if the dog takes the kill, and it does. Steezy gets a level, which is good. Took a lot of damage in that fight. And maybe we can eat strange meat for a little while, but not for too long. Lest we incur some pretty weird events start happening to us. We'll fix all of these. And the chain. Organize that all a bit. Okay, so do we want to keep Hondo in? I feel like the answer is no. His armor is way too damaged. He's actually hurt. He has an injury. We'll pull him out, as well as Steezy. And Steezy, I think we need to give him... Does he have all of his best defensive abilities? He has 9 lives. I keep forgetting about that. Let's see what his rolls are. Man, pretty terrible, to be honest. A 4 in resolve to help him out. His afraid, I think, has left him. That was a negative trait he had. And a 3 in melee defense is not bad. I think we just take a 2 in fatigue. Call that good. What else do we need to do to make him better? Probably fearsome, berserk. These 2 things. They allow him to synergize better with the rest of our company and to ultimately affect the battlefield a bit better. Okay, so we took out 2 we need to put in 2. Who do we have that's maybe newer? No one. So our entire crew right now, we have all of our newbies in. That's actually pretty good. And because Steezy got taken out, who's wearing our sergeant sash? Oh, Sir Chris is. Okay. So I think what we want to do is we're going to put in Aerosol. We're going to give him his sash back. Chris can have the dog. And then we'll also put in... Burnfried out on the flanks here. Do something like that. I don't hate this formation. And then we have Burnfried out on the end here with his fighting spear and his new legendary shield. The Battle Forged Great Shield. I wonder if this could have come with better stats. I feel like it should have like maybe 30 range defense or something like that to differentiate it a bit more. But I'm not mad at it. I mean, our last legendary shield was a bust because it got one-shotted by a long axe. So, alright. One of our idiots hurt himself. It's pretty good. That was Ivar. So let's see how hurt he is before we let him like stay in the group. Okay, just like 4 damage. He'll be healed before our next fight. For sure. And I see that there's probably something over there, but I don't want to explore kind of the size of this island we're currently on. Because it seems like one of the bigger parts. We see there that we can take a fight if we would like. And that looks like more berserkers. Are we ready for that? I think we are. I think the amount of damage we took from those guys last time was a bit of a fluke. Ooh, these are actually not berserkers. These are orc warriors and young. It looks like some of them ditched. So I wouldn't be surprised if this was a bigger fight before we arrived. But we haven't fought warriors in a while, so let's take these guys on. This could be fun. Ooh, and the game gave us some high ground. How many warriors are there, though? 1, 2... Looks like 3. Okay, that's not a ton. Let's lower this a bit. How high can we get? We want to make use of this terrain. The game basically gave us like a tower to stand on top of. So we're going to use it. We're probably going to leave Lance down here to take some of the aggro for us. But if we can... It just sucks that, like, our fastest guys are way out here and our slowest guys are way up here. It's going to throw off kind of like how we move. So I think we're just going to be a little more conservative in our movements. It's very difficult to see how we need to move here. Like, where are the steps up? Looks like they have to go all the way around to get steps up, or they have to come this way. And if they have to come this way, then Bernfried is like the man to hold that ground. And we're going to step up here. He's already running, so we'll kill him. Orc warriors, very dangerous. If we fight them, we want it to be close enough that way we can support Lance with ranged fire, but far enough away that he definitely is getting his lone wolf buffs. Okay, currently standing in a hole. Nice kill. Didn't expect that at all. Not from Sir Chris. God, don't like standing where he is. It's miserable. Can't even get up here. He can't. He has to go all the way around. So yeah, this is the position here and this here. So, man, we can really step back, I think. Looks like they're wanting to go up and over. Interesting. We don't want Aracel up here. We want him down. We don't want him in that hole, though. We want to bring these two guys up and bring Aracel, like, over here to, like, block. Take some 39s. Lance is probably okay there. This is touchy. It gave us the high ground, but it didn't do a very good job of giving us the high ground. We don't really even need to move Raymond. But picking off these young is going to make it so that when the time comes to fight the warriors, they don't have a lot of backup. And they'll be probably very easy to shake. Okay. Well, they didn't really leave us much choice there. We had pretty much a free shot on this guy, so we'll take it. Oh, and it looks like maybe they can come up this way. If so, this could be a pretty painful, like, miscalculation, but we should be able to take down this guy, perhaps? And he's not wearing a helmet, so that's a mistake. Yeah, we'll move in there. They can't jump in here because I think Bernfried is covering that area. Good kill. Nice. That guy's running, so he's not actually affecting our zone of control, but if we don't pull out our hammer, I don't think we'll be able to hit him as he retreats. So we'll just kill him now. And step up. We'll keep that warrior from taking the high ground from us. %46 chance shot is not terrible. We're going to shield wall. Against an orc warrior, I think it's smart. The orc young still not making an impact yet. Ooh, he hit our shield. Okay, that hurt a little bit. But it was not the worst. And we're going to put some shots on this guy, because we were able to kill him. Then that's pretty huge for us. It frees up Lance to come down and get behind these guys. 73. We'll take the 86 on the other warrior. Perfect. We'll take the 65. Would have loved to get an injury on him. This is going to free up Ivar to go down here and deal with this guy. Here we go. Big hit. Nice. Okay. Step up here, probably kill this dude, and that frees us up a little bit more. Let's get rid of the Orc Young. I think we need to stop playing around here and just get in with our Winged Mace. At least give them another target to go after. Ivar can't move. We have no good targets, so we'll move in. Almost broke our shield. This is all set up. Dang, we can't quite hit him. Nail him. Nice. And we managed to rout him. So we don't have to worry about that. Carousel. Dang, pretty weak movements there. But two of them are routing. We're essentially just fighting this one Orc warrior right now. Huh, and he knocked us around. But ultimately didn't really do much. He took the high ground from us, which, you know, is annoying. We don't need all that. Our hammers are very good against their heavy armor. Just trying to move ever so slightly closer. Do we have any kind of shot? The answer is no. Overwhelm, no injuries. See if Steinhardt can make something happen. And that's it. So easy fight. I wonder how many of them actually fleed. Or fleed. How many of them fled before the battle even started? There was definitely some footprints leading away. I didn't see. Did we get any levels? We did. So we got another level on Wolfgang Night Owl. Fearsome being good here. Executioner being good. I think we'll take Executioner. Take another huge 5 roll in his range skill. He may end up being the guy that holds that that bow ultimately. We'll take a 3 in his hit points. We need to get him up and over 70 so he can't get one-shotted. We'll take a 3 in fatigue. Okay. Not doing too bad. Kind of some random fights going on. Necrosavants, Orc Warriors, and Berserkers. We found a whole new territory. Suderland. More Orcs. Wow. Okay. I think we're getting close to Orc territory is kind of what the game's telling us. In my experience, different races, different groups have like areas, right? So we found Orcs here, we found Orcs here, we found Orcs here. If we keep going, I wouldn't be surprised if we found some of like the Warcamps, the really dangerous Orc areas. And I wouldn't be surprised if it's somewhere over here. Just a huge encampment of Orcs with our first ever warlord, I think they're called. Warlords or war chiefs. And they're basically just souped up versions of Orc warriors. And they're absolute tanks, and they're really hard to take down. I think we're going to end today's episode killing more Orc Berserkers. I'm happy to do that. I can do that all day long. Probably 8 or 9 of them. 7. Okay. And they're even less armored than the ones we faced previously. And hopefully, if we don't miss... Big damage. Once he's injured, our Executioner takes over. And we do even more damage. So the idea here is to kill 2 of them. And guys, I gotta be honest with you, I miss my spear wall from the early game. If I wasn't trying to do a lot of different stuff to showcase some of the things you can do in this game, I probably would still be relying pretty heavily on a spear and shield wall to see me through a lot of these fights. A spear wall against orcs is just so effective. It buys you so many extra turns. We're going to jump in here with Ivar to help cover for Edgel. Probably could have Indomitable there. Yeah, probably would have prevented the stun. But we're gonna, once again, we're gonna focus the guys with no armor because they do the same DPS. They're just so much easier to kill. And how cool would it be if we could wear the Berserker armor? And since they're kind of blocking for this guy, we'll see if we can't make some space. Nice. Come on, we just need 1 hit. There we go. This guy already wants to run. Pretty sweet. They have fast initiative, so if we're going to do something, we need to do it like now against this guy before he hits us with a chain. Okay, he's going to get a chance to swing at Lance probably twice, yeah. And now we're going to get a chance to take these dudes out. Ah, that weapon is so brutal. We're going to drop... Do we drop a dog? A dog may kill him, but will probably die. Oh, and he's bleeding. Excellent. Perfect. Should be nearly the end of him if we can just shoot him once. And we missed. That'll work. Cool. Feels good to end it on a javelin toss. Giro gets a level. Oh my god, we get a legendary crossbow. The Messenger, a pull-lever crossbow that can propel bolts over medium distances, effective even in the hands of laymen, but requires almost a full turn to reload. Well balanced and with extraordinarily strong sinews, this weapon is truly the work of a master craftsman. Okay. We gotta check its stats out before we get all, you know, goo-goo gaga over that thing. But what a cool way to potentially end today's episode. And let's go ahead and keep repairing all this orc stuff. We have a ton of it. Man, how cool would it be to fight Scrat with these, like, man-splitters? Okay. We need to look at someone who has a heavy crossbow, so let's take them and put them side by side and check them out. So 50 to 70, 50 to 70, 64 durability, 64 durability. 50% of damage ignores armor, 58% of damage ignores armor, so that's better piercing. 75% effective against armor, 107% effective against armor. The fatigue and, of course, the range are the same. Wow. So we're going to give this to Ragnar. And that's a pretty sweet upgrade. It also frees up a heavy crossbow for anyone that might need it. I think Oz is our brother right now who's kind of like doing without. So we'll make sure he gets that back. Alright, so great pickup. Legendary shield, legendary crossbow for us to match our legendary bow. Man, you gotta love it. So let's take a second to level up Giro before we get, you know, too excited. What's Giro's big deal here? He's missing some initiative. He is a polearm bro. So reach advantage will be good with him. But I think we need to recognize that for the moment he's using a crossbow. And because of that, it's important that we end up giving him quick hands, probably crippling strikes as well as executioner. These these two things benefit him whether he's using a polearm or a crossbow. So I see a lot of, you know, dual benefit there. Something like Pathfinder might be great on him as well. And he may end up being a pretty heavily armored guy, so Battleforge might be a necessity as well, but we shall see. I think for the moment we're going to give him, God, what was I just thinking? Quick Hands. We're going to give him Quick Hands. Let's check out his rolls. So a 3 in range, that's fine. Man, I like these as well. A 4 in melee defense and a 4 in fatigue. Yeah, we'll take those. And before we go, guys, let's explore just a bit more. I would not be surprised to see another large orc encampment somewhere nearby. Are we good? Yeah, we're good. We have enough food because of all the strange meat we've picked up. Is there another island out here? There is not, I don't think. We just don't want to run into some sort of like mystery group. Oh my god, we found it. Oh no. Oh my god, we found the Black Monolith, guys. Guys, you know what? I'm not even going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it at the beginning of tomorrow's episode. I can't even believe it. We're going to talk about it tomorrow, guys. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. I'm too excited. I'm too hyped. Okay, we found the Black Monolith. We know where it is. We can't interact with it right now, but we know where it is. That's great. Our exploring has paid off in more ways than one. And man, that's where we're going to end today's episode. I was hoping to find like a spot for another fight for us. Potentially maybe another, you know, orc encampment, something like that. But we know where the Black Monolith is, guys. We found it. So when the time comes, when we're ready, we'll be able to make just kind of like a beeline there and take that fight. This is the end-all be-all, guys. Oh no, we also found Vargash Hartak, which has an orc warlord in it. Oh my god. Honestly, we could probably take this fight. I'm going to think about it. Guys, I'm going to think about it. We found the orcs base camp in the Black Monolith at the end of today's episode, as well as picking up a legendary crossbow and a legendary shield. Awesome episode today, guys. I'm so glad it happened. I feel like I've been doing like nothing, like treading water for so many episodes and looking for cool, interesting things for us to do, you know, that's within our level without us, you know, being set back really hard by extreme losses. And it's very difficult to do in this kind of playthrough without lots of editing. And, you know, I don't want to have to edit out a lot of what I do. I don't mind taking a fight here and there and not showing it, but like, you know, editing out an entire, you know, 2 hours worth of gameplay potentially means that I end up missing, you know, lots of cool events and, you know, tragic moments where we lose a brother, that sort of thing. And I don't want you guys to miss any of that. So I'm excited that today was a bit of a thrilling episode. So I hope you join me for the next one. We're going to talk about the Black Monolith. We'll think about taking on Vargash Hartak, and I think we can do it. I think if we put in our veteran bros, we go back to our old spear wall standby with double lone wolf, you know, double heavy crossbow, we'll be able to do something here. And I think we can take this fight, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So guys, look forward to that. Can't wait for tomorrow. And once again, my name is Brett. My channel is Good Talk Gaming. Whew. Subscribe if you haven't already. YouTube stuff. Subscribe, like button, all that good stuff. All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Take care.